Big changes on the way for tomorrow. 6 News at 5 starts right now.
WLNS is here for you with 6 News at 5.
A group of bipartisan senators is working behind the scenes in an effort to find common ground on new gun control legislation. It's our top story at 5. Thanks for joining us. I'm Lauren Thompson. In the aftermath of the latest school massacre in Texas, President Biden says he's optimistic that some Republicans agree now is the time to act. Skylar Henry is here for you with a look at what lawmakers are trying to accomplish.
President Biden remarked on a tragic metric of his time in office.
I've been to more mass shooting aftermaths than I think any president in American history.
Tuesday, the president welcomed New Zealand's Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern, who oversaw swift new gun control measures in her own country after a mass shooting there in 2019.
In the aftermath of that, the New Zealand public had an expectation that if we knew what the problem was, that we do something about that.
President Biden promised to meet with Congress on guns, but gave no further detail. Speaking in their home state of Connecticut, Democratic Senators Richard Blumenthal and Chris Murphy said they plan to put the issue to a vote one way or the other.
My plan is to get a bill, a comprehensive bill, that will save lives. But if we can't get that compromise, then we're going to go ahead and put everybody on the record.
Senator Murphy is leading a bipartisan group of senators working through their recess, considering approaches like expanding background checks and red flag laws.
There are certainly going to be things you can agree on.
The Senate's top Republican, Mitch McConnell, talked about compromise at an appearance in Kentucky, but did not once mention gun control. House Democrats are working on their own package of gun control bills that could include raising the age limit to buy semi-automatic rifles. The House could vote on those as soon as next week, but the legislation faces an uphill battle for 60 votes in the Senate. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
In Canada, the Prime Minister is taking action against gun violence. Justin Trudeau announced a new proposal to freeze handgun sales there and implement a gun buyback program on military-style weapons. Now, if that legislation does pass, Canadians, though, who already own a handgun would be allowed to keep it. Back here at home, a suspect's in custody tonight after a bomb threat forced the evacuation of Northwest Middle School in Jackson and prompted all other buildings on the secondary complex to be locked down this morning. Officials say the threat came from inside the building. Police immediately responded and searched the school. Officers didn't find any actual threat to staff or students, so students did return to the building to finish out the day, and after-school activities also went on as scheduled. No other information has been released, though, about the suspect. Be sure to stay with 6 News for the latest on this developing story. Well, from bomb threats to school shootings, keeping our kids safe in school is definitely a major topic of conversation these days. But what action can be taken? A group of veterans says there's new technology that can help, and it's now being used in Oxford High School, where a deadly shooting took place 6 months ago. Luke Snyder is here for you now with a closer look at how this system works. Luke?
Lauren, it's called Zero Eyes, and its goal is to detect weapons through security cameras in seconds. Former Navy SEALs are behind the idea, and they say it's already been proven to work.
I think of this as a massive force multiplier across thousands and thousands of cameras.
Kieran Carroll is a former Special Forces operator. He says this security project is an idea that began after the Parkland shooting.
Our idea was, what if we could build a very simple firearm recognition analytic as a software, and have that software be able to be integrated to the existing cameras at most of these schools and other places.
At its core, it's an early detection system, one that's powered to scan for both semi or fully automatic weapons through those existing cameras. The images are then sent to a central hub of military-trained experts who are watching and available 24/7.
The goal is to verify those alerts as either true or false within a few seconds. And if it is true, we're then able to dispatch it out over software channels that have already been established, and we can send that to any endpoint within a few more seconds.
That means school leaders and security officers will be alerted of a possible threat and their location immediately. It's a feature that's led Oxford High School to test drive the system by using more than 30 cameras already on campus.
It does help to mitigate in the horrific event that, someone does get in. We're looking at other ways to help with prevention. So I think it's really just important to have a layered approach.
Carroll says their team wants to integrate the software into cameras at every Michigan high school, It's part of a $68 million four-year spending plan that is going in front of lawmakers in Lansing.
This is truly a peace of mind solution, I think, that a lot of parents and boards and teachers should understand the utility of.
The breakdown of costs comes down to around $5,000 to $7,000 a year per school, and funds from the American Rescue Plan Act that were put in place during COVID are eligible to be used towards the system. Lauren?
Thank you for that, Luke. Well, a recent school fight in Holt, caught on video, has the attention of many parents tonight. Darylyn Horn has been looking into this story, and later tonight she'll detail what school officials have to say about this incident. That's coming up on 6 News at 6. Well, all of the stressors in schools combined with the pandemic are just some of many things causing a mental health crisis in our communities. That's why we're here for you with a special report tonight at 7. 6 News investigates mental health in mid-Michigan. We'll take an in-depth look at some of the biggest issues facing the area right now. We'll also introduce you to people who bravely battle mental health challenges and are here for you to help you or a loved one who may be in need get help. So be sure to tune in tonight after the CBS Evening News at 7 o'clock. Well, there's a new approach to get people out and about in the city of Lansing, and it starts with parking. 6 News reporter McCoy Scribner is here for you now live downtown to explain. McCoy?
Lauren, businesses have struggled during the pandemic, but a new incentive involving parking looks to provide some relief, and it all starts this Friday. A new push to encourage people to visit restaurants and shops downtown, in Old Town, and everywhere else.
By far, the number one thing that my customers talk about in terms of things that they don't like about downtown Lansing is the parking system.
So the city decided to make parking easier, offering free parking Fridays for on-street metered spaces. For business owners, it's a step in the right direction.
Yeah, we've been advocating for some kind of reevaluation of the parking situation down here.
Others are excited for people to get out and explore Lansing and all it has to offer.
It's just a good time to go out and just see what you're going to see. There's a lot of things that you may not be expecting, and so for you to be able to see the new stores or some of the existing stores that have been there for a long time, it's just good to, see what's new.
Free metered parking begins this Friday and lasts until September. And people we spoke with say they hope it leads to even more business.
It just makes everybody's life a lot more simple, and so my customers will be happy, and that makes me happy.
And just a reminder that the city will still be enforcing time limits on the spaces, which will vary depending on where you park, and the free parking only applies to metered spots. Here for you in Lansing, McCoy Scribner, 6 News.
Thank you for that, McCoy. Well, if the Memorial Day holiday is any indication, it could be a frustrating summer for travelers. U.S. Airlines canceled more than 2,800 flights over the 5-day stretch that included the Memorial Day weekend, as bad weather, sick airline crews, and other factors tied up operations. Delta Airlines had the worst record among major carriers, with more than 800 canceled flights from Thursday through Monday. TSA reported screening more than 11 million people at airport checkpoints during that time.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
You step outside and it feels like one of those days we'll probably see some showers and thunderstorms. We've got plenty of heat and humidity, but as you look at the satellite and radar, not a whole lot of storm coverage so far. The atmosphere just not quite set up for thunderstorms, at least for now. That'll change later tonight, however. The Storm Prediction Center has been trimming back this severe weather outlook all day long, and now just western sections of Mid-Michigan left in the yellow shading, slight risk. That's level 2 day. Most of us in a marginal risk, and quite honestly, I still don't see a big way we'll get organized severe weather here in mid-Michigan. Right now, the Storm Prediction Center watching the Chicago area southwestern for a possible watch. They say 40% chance they'll actually issue one there, but that's the area of concern for now. So we look at precision casts for tonight, and I know I say this many times, I say it over and over, it's all about timing for severe weather here in mid-Michigan. And when you've got storms coming in at 1, 2, 3 in the morning, you just lose so much instability. And sure, you can get some thunderstorms out there, you can get some heavy rainfall, but when you see damaging winds, large hail, tornadoes, odds are really stacked against it if it's very late at night, and that's what we're going to deal with tonight, and that's why I think the severe weather chance here is really pretty low. Tomorrow morning, the cold front's just moving through. There may be a few lingering showers in the morning hours. Things will start to clear out by the afternoon. As we move into Wednesday night and Thursday, there's a little weak system that's just going to kind of graze the area on Thursday, so we've got to put a chance for a couple showers in there, but the further north you go, the lower your rain chances will be, and we'll likely finish the day with a lot of sunshine. Just start out a little cloudy and gloomy, and then things begin to improve. Our current temperatures, it is hot outside, 88 in Lansing, 89 in St. John, Charlotte 86, Mason 88 degrees. The dew points today, remember yesterday I talked about how the dew points when they're 60 or below, it feels fairly comfortable. Dew points today are in the mid 60s, so the moisture content is much higher, so it feels plenty sticky outside. Current conditions in St. John, some hazy sunshine. Temperature is at 89 degrees. That is the high for the day. Look at that low, 74 degrees. Incredibly warm start and a 34-mile-per-hour wind gust. On the WLNS cam, our temperature now sits at 88 degrees. We made it up to 89, morning low of 72. Wind gust also over 30 miles per hour. In Grand Ledge, the high temperature in the current now up to 90 degrees. There it is, 71 the overnight low. A little less wind today in Grand Ledge so far. On the Jackson cam, same thing as far as the sky conditions. Some hazy sunshine, temperatures at 86. High today was 87. And in Hillsdale, we've got partly cloudy skies, 88 the high, and our current temperature holding at 86 degrees. For tonight, showers and thunderstorms on the way. Pretty good chance we'll see some probably after midnight. That's not to say one or two couldn't pop up earlier. There's just no front in the area to really trigger development, so I think the best chance will be after midnight. Tomorrow, some morning showers. That clears out. High temperatures will be very pleasant tomorrow in the mid-70s. Winds around 10 to 15 miles per hour, so you know, whatever you like more, today's heat and humidity or tomorrow's 76 degrees, it all looks good. A few showers early Thursday, then Friday and Saturday look good. Some afternoon showers Sunday and Monday, maybe lingering into Tuesday before clearing out. It just looks really nice. Highs in the mid-70s each day, lows in the 50s. Not too warm, not too cool, just right.
Yeah, and a lot of sun. It does look really nice.
Oh, yeah, it's looking fantastic next week. Humidity never gets out of hand. Really ideal summer weather.
Yeah, just got to get through the storms tonight.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, David. Well, still ahead tonight.
President Biden and the chairman of the Federal Reserve sit down to talk about tackling inflation. I'm Natalie Brand at the White House with what economists are watching in the months ahead.
We have that story and more of the day's news for you when 6 News at 5 comes right back.